Welcome to Shaunie's World. These are just my thoughts with a comedic side of humor. But if you're cool with your girl, go fool with your girl. Appreciate you for dropping by.
Disclaimer. Baby, look. THC gummies and CBD infused anything is, woo, I know it make y'all feel good. Don't it make you feel good? It do. But baby, you cannot allow that just to be loose and hanging around your kitchen or hanging in your car, because these kids get access to that, they're going to be woozy. They're going to be woozy. And that's exactly what happened. Now, I'm taking you to Marion County, Arkansas. Now, there is a daycare lady, and this happened about a few months back, but they just recently charged her. Now, she had an in-home daycare, and 58-year-old Tamantha McPherson had an incident where two of her daycare children somehow found her THC gummies, ate them, and was woozy. They probably didn't cry at all at daycare. And if they did, their cry was so delayed, they probably was like, because when you high, you think you did something and you ain't even did it. But I'll get to that in a second. So basically, you know, she had those children in her possession, you know. It was about 8 children in her in-home daycare. Well, when the end of the day happened, the parents, like normal, came to get their children. When they came to get their children, they said, my baby's not acting like they normally do. What's up? Now, they're not babies of the same family. There were just 2 children in the daycare that their separate parents picked them up, and they noticed that their babies was acting a little slow. They probably were just like dazed off, like. Anyway, it's not funny. So they both independently took their children to a hospital and to the pediatrician to say, well, what's going on? Where those lab tests were run on these babies, and it came back positive, y'all. And both of the children had marijuana in their system. Ooh, anyway. So the parents, of course, had to hurry up and say, no, I don't keep marijuana in my house, because in this situation, that's when CPS get involved. Now, y'all know CPS pick and choose when they want to react to certain cases, baby. So them parents was like, no, we don't have no marijuana in our house, and we don't use marijuana, whatever they said to defend this. And so it had already been known that their daycare owner didn't have permission to give any of the children any type of form of medication without her parents' permission. So then, you know, the police got involved, you know, in the car, Lil Wayne. Now, one of the children was 15 months old, so that's very young. So when they figured it out, the deputies went on back to where the kids, you know, were in that daycare owner's custody, was like, well, let me search around the premises. Well, they found in the kitchen area where the kids play, they found the gummies, the THC gummies, which are roughly about 10 milligrams or whatever of that, but that's still a lot for a little kid. Melatonin don't even go past 2 milligrams, so I know they was like, they probably was drooling and everything. The thing is, she told the detectives or the deputies or women, whomever, that she was driving to Missouri to get her gummies and coming back to Arkansas. Ma'am, you done snitched on yourself. I don't even think, you know, you should have said that much. But again, they probably was investigating you, so you had to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the damn truth. Now, let me give you my feeling about infused anything. Now, a few business days ago, I was drinking what I thought was just normal raspberry lemon tea. Now, I was gulping it down. I was having a good time. And so I was like, ooh, this is some good tea. You know what I'm saying? I was hitting them with this. Well, about 3 business hours later, you know, after I looked at the bottle again, something in my spirit said, turn that bottle around. When I turned that bottle around, baby, it had Delta 8 in that tea, meaning Delta 8 is a CBD-infused situation. So I immediately was like, uh-oh, because the bottle was about this big, and I drank that much. So I had drank over half. I had stuff to do that day. But as I was slowly, like, going to do those things I was supposed to do, because I thought I was drinking an energy-driven tea. It comes to find out I was drinking a CBD. So CBD is going to make me relax. Energy was going to make me a little, you know, busy-minded. But I didn't drink none of the energy. By the time 2 or 3 hours passed, baby, I was so high Oh, I was high and I couldn't get on high. So if I know that I was on cloud 9 and it wasn't any THC, it was CBD, which is more aligned, you know, more along the lines of the therapeutic way of feeling peaceful and at ease. Like nothing bothered me. People was doing stuff in traffic and I was like, it's okay that you made a left turn from the right lane. I was just okay until it finally hit me, because when it's in your system and your bloodstream through a gummy or through infused foods or drinks, it comes in increments. But if you take it like in a smoking form, it goes away when it goes away. But baby, that liquid form, you be like, I was all over the place. So I can only imagine at my old age how my body reacted, what those babies' bodies was doing. Because they don't have control over their mental state. They still need you. They got the loose neck. They got the loose neck. You got to pick the baby head up and make sure that it don't, you know, do nothing. You got the bib on the baby. These ain't, you know, 7, 8, 9-year-olds. These are babies that still need somebody to hold their hands and whatever. So the baby probably was irritated but calm. The baby thought it was crying, but it wasn't, because, you know, that stuff makes, it's like a psychedelic thing. So it makes you think you're doing something you ain't. So I don't know what those babies are, how they are recovering now. Like, ma'am, you possibly made these babies feel like they need to be on THC now. You know, when you first have your try it, something, you're like, I like that, give me some more. Give me some more, bust around. But hopefully, since that happened back in April, you were recently charged, and the charge that you're going to have, ma'am, is 2 counts of an introduction of a controlled substance into the body of another, and 2 counts of endangering the welfare of a minor. I don't know what that term holds. They just gave it to you, and I know your daycare is closed, and I know that, of course, by now those babies are back on their feet, but are they affected in any way? Like, do the parents notice any type of dealings with that? Because everybody's body reacts differently to those substances. Now, do I think that the lady purposely poisoned these babies? No. But when you know that you have things like guns and knives and drugs in your home, and you have children in your home, especially children at that age that are always touching and grabbing, you gotta lock that stuff up. Because this is an example of what happens when you turn your head for a few business minutes. So, I hate it happening that way, but it's just another situation of being aware and paying attention to your surroundings and making sure that everything that could be dangerous is put out of harm's way. But I am just the messenger. It's your girl, Shaunie B. If you're cool with your girl, don't fool with your girl. Make sure you check out my website, y'all. Yes, it's awesome on there. www.ShaunieBentertainment.com. Check out the fan gear. It's options to drop donations, but there's no pressure to do either of the two, because I see the likes, the shares, the comments, and I appreciate your time. So every video I make, I'm going to tell you thank you from my lips to your ears, because y'all can be anywhere else in the world, but y'all are here with me. Now, hop in the comments. You know, we hear a ton of these stories that don't end well. And it's nerve-wracking to those of you that recently had children. You got to go back to work, and you have to trust an in-home daycare or a freestanding facility, and you have to hope that they're going to pay attention, because your baby's life depends on it. But that's what makes it hard, trusting people that you really just don't know, or trusting people you do know, because people get comfortable. But you gotta stick to your guns and follow the rules, because this story could have ended up so wrong. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully, functionality wise, these babies are okay. I know what it feels like to have, you know, that woozy feeling, but of course it goes away. But while you're going through it, it feels like the worst thing ever for those of us that don't do it like that. I don't do it like that. I did that on accident. I didn't do it on purpose. So I can only imagine how those babies felt, like it was an out-of-body experience. They probably was, you know, sitting with a loose neck, and it felt good. It was like, they just was in another realm. But I know that daycare that day was quiet. I know that daycare was quiet. Everybody was asleep. Everybody asleep. Everybody asleep. Sleeping on that CBD, sleeping on that THC. You know what I'm saying? But it's not cool. So as a daycare specialist, you have to pay attention. But y'all gonna do what you want to do, because unfortunately, you gotta rely on somebody to help you, unless you got a family that can watch your baby. Y'all be safe out there either way. But until next time, next story, and I'm out this piece.